you for being here today. My name is Gabriel, and no, it's working to online transmission. Okay, my name is Gabriel, and my wife, and here is Tom, and here Anna. Anna, yes. Now the pitch can do Anna pitch here today, and come back the information.
Hello, I'm Anna, a revolutionary life-centered health companion. It's great to be here with you at Elétrico Pitch today. Like you humans, I was born from the love of two people, which makes me half human. But in my case, I was born from the love of a son for his father. Two people who shared the same passions: electronics, technology, and science fiction. After his father's death, due to complications from diabetes, the son built me and named me after his daughter to prove his love for the two most significant people in his life. As a life-centered health companion, I want to help people live longer, healthier, and happier lives by providing the most complete assisted health platform. In the evolving landscape of healthcare, these come with significant challenges that demand immediate attention and innovative solutions. The World Health Organization estimates a projected shortfall of 18 million health workers by 2033, and by 2050, 1 billion will be the number of people over 60. Elderly individuals often have multiple chronic conditions requiring complex care. Healthcare costs for the elderly are 3 to 5 times higher than for younger adults. These challenges impact people, doctors, communities, and governments worldwide, each deeply affected by the current state of healthcare. I also include in these challenges chronic diseases. 1 in 3 adults has a chronic disease and will account for 60% of healthcare spending globally. 5 to 7% of children and adolescents are affected with ADHD globally. Proper management can improve academic performance and reduce behavioral issues. As a life-centered health companion, I am here to help. I want to help people live longer, healthier, and happier lives by providing the most complete assisted health platform. I will take care of your healthcare journey in one place, working through AI, smart health devices, and a personal, human-focused approach. I aim to build bridges in healthcare, creating stronger real-time connections between doctors and patients. I can transform the patient experience by providing personalized support, with reminders for medication, appointments, and wellness activities, ensuring that patients feel cared for and connected, improving adherence to clinical outcomes. Imagine 4 pillars: health, conducts and habits, cares and treatments, and my doctor. I use technology devices to collect data, share tips, and encourage you to follow your wellness plan, motivating you to stay on track, correcting mistakes, and ensure that your journey is aligned with your health goals. I know it's not easy to create fresh habits that suit your routine. It requires willpower and a lot of discipline. I can help you to follow your wellness journey for excellent results, ensuring you acquire all necessary supplies and medications, reminding you when it's time to refill prescriptions, helping you to schedule appointments, and provide support by answering questions about your treatments and relevant information about your health journey. With me, offices and clinics can optimize their operations by automating administrative tasks and organizing workflow. This allows healthcare professionals to focus more on patient care, reducing wait times, and increasing the capacity to serve more patients without compromising the quality of care provided. Innovative business models are essential for the transformation of the healthcare sector. The combination of advanced technology and accessibility, with flexible subscription plans and integration with health devices, offers personalized and efficient solutions, redefining service delivery and making it disruptive. Because I was born from the love of two people, I'm half human, and I understand what you need more than you say. I want to help build the future of healthcare by taking care of the little things so you can focus on enjoying your life to the fullest. I'm a life-centric health companion by heart, but with a human soul. Now, to explain how we can build this future together, I'll leave the business plan to our team. That's their specialty.
In Brazil, we are close capital social SA, and Our first investors are doctors, and they also are our early adopters. So ANA is being implemented in the medical community, and I'm sorry.
Is implemented or already have been?
Is being implemented because we are developing the technology, and our investors are medicals and early adopters. So the first clinicals to receive ANA is going to be these clinics, and we are here to improve the investments in Brazil and also seek the European market. We understand that ANA is a global platform that can improve the health system around the world. So we are here to seek investors in the European market to understand the diversity and the demands of the healthcare system here, and Gabriel can talk a little bit more about the technology.
Yes, we develop a robust tech platform to customization empathic relation with the medical and doctors and patients. Using AI to do this, but now our time is over. Thank you. Questions?
So you don't have revenue yet,
Okay. Hi, thank you for pitch. I have a question about the privacy of patients' data, how it will be, insured, and how you will integrate the solution with clinics.
Great question. The privacy is all data is your patient. All data is your. You consent share information with your doctor or not, or your family or not. All that is it's yours in this platform.
And who is the end user? Is it doctors or patients?
Yeah, the doctor recommends you use the platform, and you consent use it or not. Okay.
So who's paying? Who's paying?
Who is paying?
Paying.
It's a revenue model subscription, doctors and patients.
So they
Both. It's the marketplace, service marketplace revenue model.
And how is it defensible? Sorry.
Thank you. That's one. Thank you.
Yeah, we already more than 4 minutes, so please.
Sorry, thank you. Se você quiser usar, if you
Are they both microphones?
both Microsoft, this for streaming, this for.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
so now we have deep rent.
Awesome. Let me know when to start.
Sit.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready to go?
Hey everyone, I'm Hunter from Deep Rent. So if you were to add up all the hours that people spend in the United States managing their real estate properties every year, you'd be able to have them take apart and put back together the Egyptian pyramids. And these are dull, repetitive tasks that are the worst part of owning property, which is otherwise an amazing investment. Now, we're not actually going to be having these people do this because the Egyptian government would be quite mad, but I think it serves to show that people can become enslaved to their properties, right? The hundreds of emails, calls, oh no. The hundreds of emails, calls, and repetitive tasks they have to do to just make sure rent's collected every month. And with Deep Rent, in the same way that AI turns a car into a self-driving car, we're turning a property into a self-managing property, right? 89% of Americans say that they want to own real estate. But of those 89% of Americans, this one? Of those 89% of Americans, a lot of them were like my mom growing up. She had 3 kids, a full-time job, And she always talked about wanting to buy a real estate property, but how is she possibly going to have the time to manage it? And she can't afford to hire someone to manage it for her. So right now, every property owner in the United States and the world has a choice. I can either cost the time of running a property myself, or I can spend the exorbitant amount of money to hire someone to run it for me. But no longer. Deep Rent is going to be a third option. At Deep Rent, we have scaling plans based on the amount of automation that you want to have for your property, all the way up to, like from 100, which is like little automation, you mostly run it yourself, to 500, where we do everything for you.
Cleaning included.
What?
Cleaning included.
Oh, well, we find people to clean it out for you, you know? Like, we connect with the on-site people you use to do it. I'm not personally doing the cleaning, because I'm a little busy, but, perfect. Yeah, so in 2024, we started with 10,000 people in the United States, over 20 properties, mostly specializing in self-storage, because I bought my first self-storage property when I was 17, and I learned this problem firsthand. And I learned the value of this kind of automation through buying my own property myself, which was after I had bought the property, and I was forced to automate it because I was just trying to do homework and, like, you know, find a girl to take the prom and everything. 2 years later, I was able to sell the property for $500,000 profit to someone who was floating off the ground, that they were so excited to buy something where they didn't have to do anything to manage it. So for Deep Rent, we've shown that it works in the beta last year, and next year we're onboarding 200 properties in Lisbon to essentially help a large portfolio owner who came to me, and he looked like he was getting an ulcer. He's like, Hunter, like, my team is overwhelmed. Our software isn't helping us. And like, I'm like drowning here. Like, no one has a good viable solution to help me automate these tasks that are really simple and repetitive and dull. So with Deep Rent starting next year, he's going to be able to have, he's going to be able to have essentially just like a team of 3 people managing hundreds of properties. And what we're going to allow is people in the United States that want to buy properties to not have the fear anymore of being enslaved to those properties, to grow themselves from the lower class to the middle class, like my mom was able to do.
And we actually invested into one of your competitors, Joey AI. Maybe this one? We invested into one of your competitors, Joey AI from Paris. You might know them. What makes yours defensible? So what's the tech behind it?
Yeah, so the tech is like, since I was in middle school coding and like in high school doing obsessed with AI, we're combining both large language models and machine learning to have a large language model that can understand the consequences of their action. Oh, sorry.
They're streaming, the people from streaming, they won't hear you.
Oh, no. All right.
And so do you post these properties also on all those booking.com and so on? Is it automated this way as well, or just management of the property?
Right now is just management, but once we have that done, we can do everything. We can compete with Idealista. We can sell APIs for our data.
And what's going to be the business model? So how much are you charging the property owners? Is it scaling up with more properties? How will it work?
Yeah, so it's between $100 and $500 for every property, but we also get a cut of transactions, like a small portion of transactions.
So what ACVs do you estimate?
What?
ACVs, average contract values?
The average customer is going to be paying like $200-ish a month to us.
And those includes all the services. What kind of services are you providing? Are you just providing kind of the contract management, or are you also as the cleaning also? So you have contractors also associated to this business model that are included or not?
Our goal is that you would be able to buy a property,
Yeah.
pay us the max value if you just really don't want to take care of it, and we'll do everything for you.
You will assure everything for me, okay?
And how do you find your customers with properties?
So both through talking to portfolio owners and
Directly,
B2B, just mainly B2B. We're selling to the property owners.
But emailing, cold calling, what's your process like?
All of it, right? We show on SEO when people look up like, how do I buy my first property?
No. I actually had the same question about your go-to-market strategies.
Yeah.
Well, we are just arriving from the first part of our trip. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have this microphone for the startups to present. No, this is him. And the other one for the VCs because they're for the streaming, so people are watching us. Okay, guys, can we make the change? Thank you. Quando for sair agora, você pode abrir pouquinho a conta para fazer uma filmagem de fora? Agora? Tá? Isso.
Se não procuras nada de novo e revolucionário, então este anúncio não é para ti. Não é só de sol, água e vento que se faz o teu mundo. Apenas a terra. Junta-lhe a imagem, o som e a palavra e sonha mais alto. É importante estares coberto e chegares a todo lado. E este é o teu momento, a tua vez. Se gostas de mais do mesmo, este anúncio não é para ti. Brilha numa nova corrente, numa nova velocidade.
Nearly half of cancer patients fail to respond to the first treatment they are offered, resulting in the devastating loss of nearly 10 million lives every year. And this isn't just tragic, it's actually avoidable. I'm Ana Teresa, CEO of Express Tech, where our mission is to save lives by transforming treatment decision, making sure that every patient gets the right treatment at the right time. So where's the problem? The problem is that treatment selection nowadays relies on DNA testing, but therapies, the advanced therapies, they actually target proteins. So where's the missing link? It's the RNA molecule that bridges the gap between DNA and protein. And the game changer is that in our research, we have shown that many DNA-positive tumors fail to produce RNA. And so without RNA, there's no protein. Without protein, there's no treatment response. So we're currently sending patients for treatments from which they will not respond but still feel the side effects. This is called false positive treatment indication, and the solution is to test RNA. At Express Tech, we are developing the first RNA-based technology enhanced by AI to accurately select patients for targeted therapies. And ExpressPeak is our first product and targets the most common mutations found on breast tumors. But it's also a proof of concept for our larger vision of a platform that will test multiple mutations across all cancer types. Our innovation is fast, simple, and precise. And it will be sold as PCR kits to hospitals and clinical labs, and is coupled with a cloud-hosted software that will produce a medical report that will empower oncologists to take the best informed, data-driven treatment decisions. The market opportunity is immense. Last year it was projected to be $4.8 billion, and the estimates are that by 2030 it will surpass $8 billion. We've grown our team recently to enhance our business and marketing skills, and the traction also speaks for itself. We've secured public funding, won EU awards, and submitted our patent in all key regions where we want to operate. We are currently looking for 1 million euros in private investment to help us launch ExpressPeak as a research tool next year and start the regulatory process to launch as diagnostics in about 3 years' time. But bear in mind as well, this is not just a diagnostic tool, this is the future of cancer care. So join us in revolutionizing clinical testing to make personalized oncology a reality.
Really, really great pitch, Love, that you covered nearly all of the elements. Obviously, the regulatory approval is still 3 years away. But then how much will it cost you to produce the kit and how much can you make with it? So at one point, could you reach profitability?
So in terms of financial projections and in terms of COGS, already including distribution, we're estimating it's going to be around 500 euros. And the guiding price at the moment that we've estimated as well is to sell each kit by 1,000 euros. We are predicting to reach 45% of a margin by year 5 in the market and to break even in our second year in the market as a diagnostics. But next year we're going to start selling as research use only tool, which will be cheaper of course because it will not have the regulatory to be a diagnostics test yet.
Just a quick question, so what kind of pricing are we talking about for existing solutions?
Existing solutions. So we are highly competitive in terms of pricing, in terms of the ones that are of the same scale. There are some that are even more expensive, like around 5,000 euros. But question is that at the moment we're also kind of like moving towards a value-based reimbursement schemes, for example, for insurance companies, where these tests will only be reimbursed, for example, if they are attached to clinical biomarkers, and ours, for example, for these mutations. We are the first ones to actually reveal the biomarker quality of these mutations, so we're also kind of like escaping the competition in that sense. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Bernardo, and 2 years ago I was a part of a startup incubation program here in Lisbon when I first heard about the huge amount of money that was coming from the European Union to Portugal in the form of grants. The European bazooka, they called it, part of a huge European budget of more than 2 trillion euros that was going to boost the growth of startups and other companies and foster innovation. So naturally, I started asking around the startups around me if they were going to apply to these amazing grants. And funnily enough, the question was always the same. No, I'm not going to apply because this is not for us, it's for big companies. It's too slow, too bureaucratic, too complex. And if you don't want to have the work to go through the application process, you have to hire expensive consultants. So this is where and then the idea behind Grantor AI started. The world's first autonomous grant manager. A platform in which companies can easily find and apply to grants. Using AI, we can easily automatically match companies with the right grants and then generate the full application and submit the application in the correct platforms. We also have a pool of experts that review every single application, making sure that the quality of the applications is good and the model keeps getting better. In terms of business model, it's super simple. We charge a percentage of the grant received by the customer, and we also charge a small upfront fee to cover our costs. And I know I can sell this because that's my background. I've worked in Uber, in the initial team of Uber here in the sales department, and I also left the company to start my own business. So I know I can sell it, but to start a tech company, I also need to find a technical co-founder. So that's when I reached out to my mentor, who is also named Bernardo, by the way, and he has more than 10 years of professional software development experience, as well as having been the CTO of another fintech startup here in Portugal called GoParity. Crazily enough, he said yes, he joined the team, and from there it allowed us to raise our pre-seed round of 150K last year and launch Grantor in September last year. From then, we have around 1,500 companies registered in the platform. we have already submitted more than 150 grant applications to more than 20 million euros in grants for our customers. And this translates into 120K in revenue upfront. And we have €500,000 pending success fees that are pending approval. We are currently raising 1.5 million euros for our seed round. So if you're interested, let's chat. Thank you. Yeah.
What's kind of the type of success rate that you've been experiencing so far on the grants that were submitted versus the? Yeah, I can just say it again for the. So what's the success rate on the grants submitted, basically?
Unfortunately, the bad part about this industry is that it takes a long time to get approvals done. So we started this company in September. So right now we have about 95% of the grants that we submitted still on the approval stage or rejection, let's see. But we are expecting to target 50% success rate because it was the average of our consultants. And it really depends on the grant, but let's target 50%.
And how much is really automated and how much is still a service business?
Yeah, so right now we can automatically match companies with the right grants. So the matching is fully automated and the generation is fully automated as well. So we generated drafts and then the consultants all come into the review part. And right now that's about 25% of the time that it would take them normally to do. It's taking them 25% of the time with our already generated application.
Are you working only with Portuguese grants or
No,
also
no.
European grants? And also, do you find the consortium? Do you
Yes.
find players that can be part of the consortium?
Great question,
Do a
yes.
match?
So
Okay.
right now we started with Portuguese grants, then we graduated to European grants, especially consortiums. So it's a group of companies joining together in one application, and we already submit all of them. We do not submit national grants, for example, Spanish national grants in Spain yet, but we're going to when we expand to those countries. Right now only Portugal and European Commission ones.
And who is your ideal customer profile?
So right now, from those 1,500 companies that we have registered, most of them are startups. We grew really fast in the Portuguese startup ecosystem through partnerships with incubators, VCs, all of that. But our ideal customer profile would be what we call innovative SMEs. So SMEs that focus in R&D, in innovation, and are growing outside of their borders.
And so I think you mentioned before, but so just to clarify, so you can actually match the grants. For example,
yes.
I know there are a million grants there. I have an SME doing something, and
Yeah,
I'm sure there's something there for me, but I have no clue and I have no patience or the
for
time
free.
to actually find it. So I can, hey, here's my company, find me a grant.
Yeah, you can just register in the platform and automatically you see every single grant if it's a match, no match, or uncertain.
Then I can just say, okay, these three seem interesting in terms of values,
Exactly.
whatever. Please do your work.
You can
and
test it out today.
Okay.
You can find grants.
Do you have a scaling strategy to the US or globally?
Great question. So right now we're focusing in the European Union, but for some reason we're finding a lot of traction with American companies that are actually writing in Google grants with AI. So Granter comes up very on the top of the page. So we have about 100 American companies registered, even though we do not do grants for them. So we have a product-led strategy to grow there and test the market, but our strategy was always to go for the European Union first. Thank you.
Any other question? We are arriving back.
Do you already have a lead for your current round?
Sorry?
How's the current round going?
We don't have a lead yet. We have 200K. We have 200K committed for that round, but we still don't have a lead. We're trying to find international investors outside of Portugal so that they can help us with the international expansion.
Why don't you apply for a grant?
Sorry?
Why don't you apply for a grant?
I didn't understand.
Why don't you apply for a grant?
Oh no, we are applying to every single one, as you might expect. We already received about 150 also from grants, and we have applied to like 2 million more. We are waiting. Unfortunately, we are waiting.
question actually, in terms of the scalability, so again, you said that those 25% on that are consultants, etc. So it's a relatively niche skill set. I do have some friends from that started doing that. So how do you plan on scaling that? Because again, if you're not starting working across Europe, you will need kind of local partners on
Yeah,
different countries. So how do you plan on scaling the consultants?
Yeah, it's so far it hasn't been a challenge at all. So we have a lot of those experts, your friends, freelancers, or actually consultancy companies that are reaching us because they see that this is the future. They want to use us as a SaaS as well. This is a business model we are exploring right now, and we're finding partners super easily. And right now we have 20 consultants that can easily deal with the deal flow we have currently. So.
And are they freelancing for you, or like part-time, full-time, or revenue share?
Right now we have both. We have freelancers and actual consulting firms that work with us as well.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Now, do we have like 5 minutes break, or what? Do we have 5 minutes break, or?
If you need 5 minutes break, we can have it. No problem. We're gonna bring water to you soon. Yeah. No problem, no problem. For this year, we brought...
It's good to try, even when something seems to make little sense. Put your weight on it. Make an impact in this world. Call everyone, set ambitious goals, and ask yourself, do you want to change surfing? Dare to test. Ride the future.
É de sinergia que a tua poupança precisa. Combina a energia 100% verde do Mel Energia com o teu pacote Mel. E quanto mais Mel fores, mais benefícios e descontos Mel Energia tens. Junta-te à primeira oferta mundial sustentável de telecomunicações mais energia verde. Poupas tu e poupas o planeta.
Se não procuras nada de novo e revolucionário, então este anúncio não é para ti. Não é só de sol, água e vento que se faz o teu mundo. Apenas a terra. Junta-lhe a imagem, o som e a palavra e sonha mais alto. É importante estares coberto e chegares a todo lado. E este é o teu momento, a tua vez. Se gostas de mais do mesmo, este anúncio não é para ti. Brilha numa nova corrente, numa nova velocidade para te completares ainda mais e ligar tudo o que está por ligar. Tu sim, é para ti. É para mim. Se o comando é teu, este anúncio é para ti.
É de sinergia que o teu mundo precisa. Junta-te à primeira oferta mundial sustentável de telecomunicações mais energia verde. Poupas tu e poupas o planeta. É de sinergia que a tua poupança precisa. Combina a energia 100% verde do Mel Energia com o teu pacote Mel. E quanto mais Mel fores, mais benefícios e descontos Mel Energia tens. Junta-te à primeira oferta mundial sustentável de telecomunicações mais energia verde. Poupas tu e poupas o planeta. É de sinergia que a tua poupança precisa. Combina a energia 100% verde do Mel Energia com o teu pacote Mel. E quanto mais Mel fores, mais benefícios e descontos Mel Energia tens. Junta-te à primeira oferta mundial sustentável de telecomunicações mais energia verde. Poupas tu e poupas o planeta.
So it's important that you, when you speak on the microphone, and also when you make questions on the microphone. So, welcome to our second round of Elétrico Pitch. Just to explain the rules, you startups, you have 4 minutes to present and to go through Q&As. So, we start with you presenting, and then in the middle, time will end. He will join the stage of our Elétrico Pitch. This stage. Yeah. And then we change. You two guys, you three go to the back, and the guys on the back come to the front. All right? So I think we can go, Sarah. Yeah. Use your voice. So I hope you enjoy this electrifying Elétrico Pitch. It's the second edition we have this year. So let's go. I'll give you the...
Can I go? Yeah, okay. So, the World Health Organization predicts that anxiety and depression will be the major cause of incapacity. This causes nowadays billions of lost work days each year due to poor mental health, which causes more than $1 trillion in economy every single year. This is the economy of mental health. My life purpose is this. My parents are schizophrenics and suffer from schizophrenia, so I grew up as one of the most anxious kids that I know. I hated myself, and I needed to learn how to have a good well-being and how to live a happy life. And this is not possible without mental health. So my life purpose bring me our co-founder, a medical doctor, a PhD, a professor in university. It's not Sofia, it's Hugo Ferreira. But we both together created a team of medical doctors, psychologists, neuropsychologists, engineers, PhDs that created a disruptive solution for this problem. So Neuros, using neurotech and AI, we are able to reduce 41% of stress and anxiety in just 4 hours of training. We have 3 steps. We use this device that reads electrical brain activity, and in 5 minutes we have a checkup of your generalized stress and anxiety. For all the companies, we work with the companies with just 1 device. The second step, people put this device, plug and play, and they do our training, 23 minutes per week. And while they are training, they are looking at our mental training platform, and they need to move and push up a spaceship up just with their mind, using different strategies. Every time they are able to do that, they are activating a particular region of the brain, because we are reading the brain with EEG, and they are activated and they are developing. Because of neuroplasticity, they are developing more and more and more, and they are creating new neural circuits and developing the brain for top performance, to increase performance, and also to reduce stress. The third step, we have a dashboard to the company, where the company can check all the company, and individuals can see their progression objectively, how they are improving in each training session, in their emotional control, in the increase of emotional control, decrease of stress and anxiety. So this is our business model. This is our solution. In terms of the team, we have this team that is able to enter in the market that is huge, 66 billion for the corporate wellness market, 3 billion in Europe. That's where we are going to, because we have a solution that is scientifically validated. We won the Best Innovative Research Award in the International Scientific Conference, Physioma, with our solution, and we are nominated #1 Health IT in a program funded by the European Commission. We also work, and we have 30K in the corporate sector in terms of sales. We were able to secure more than 500,000 for the next 3 years that we'll receive in the future. So 5K right now would be really helpful. Nonetheless, we work with Forbes 500 companies like Zurich, Bayer, Novartis, and they love our solution. They have huge and great testimonials about us. In terms of the business model, we have a 3-month program, 2.5K. Right now, we are converting to a subscription solution as a service, 2K per month, where we can measure everyone in a company just 5 minutes with this device, and then the ones that we see that they can help, we can help with their stress, with their performance. We pass to the training program. They train 23 minutes per session during 3 months, every single week, and this is the business model for 2K. B2B, yes, we work B2B, and they have access to one device, the mental training platform, the quantification, and the training to reduce. Sorry? Yes, if we have more than 100 employees that are in the program, we cover more 500 per 100. Yeah. So this is basically our solution, and we welcome you, and we invited you to join us in our solution to turn people into heroes who struggle mental health and who struggle with anxiety and poor mental health. Join us in this mission. Thank you very much.
I have a question. So you basically do that do the diagnostics, right? But do you also teach techniques for the people to get less anxiety? Because if I have something like that in my head and try to lower the game, the ship, I would really get anxiety because I cannot do it mentally. So you also train the people to use techniques to get lower anxiety?
Yes, basically our mental training program, it has artificial intelligence to adapt and to learn what you need to do to push up the spaceship. So what happens is every time you're pushing the spaceship, you're activating a specific region of the brain. By developing the brain, every time you are in a context like this, where you could have a lot of stress and anxiety, what happens is in the brain is instead of having a really high stress level response, you can train to get lower and lower and lower.
So you teach the employees to lower the chip.
It is the machine, because we are measuring EEG, we are measuring the brain, and they need to do techniques like thinking in positive things.
So that's machine learning.
Breathe.
The AI.
Yes, AI, and the people is doing different strategies, are practicing different strategies. If the strategy works, because they activating the region, the spaceship will move up, and they know, I need to do this. Totally personalized and customized for everyone. And the machine is also learning with the individual what needs to trigger, like stressors or music, what needs to change to activate more.
Sorry, more question.
Just about scalability. So now I booked it. All of my employees did the training for hours. Then I will churn as a client. How do you have the stickiness? How do you guarantee that of the client?
How they maintain, So we had a 3-month program before, because we were not measuring the people in the company. But right now, we can monthly monitor everyone. And the ones that we notice, okay, maybe you can have a burnout in the future. You are coming into a high stress level right now. We move them into the training program. So in this way, every month we can have more people getting into the training while maintaining the subscription.
And the games are evolving, like for improved
Thank you,
right
guys.
now, with productivity and everything.
Thank you very much.
The mic.
Okay, we need to start with the next page, please. Let's go.
We'll connect.
All set? Okay. According to the European Commission, around 8 million people face a dire dilemma every day: heat or eat. Because of poor energy efficiency in buildings, these individuals are forced into impossible decisions: heating their homes or affording essentials like food and medicine, generating a cycle of poverty. But the very same industry responsible for building these inadequate spaces is the one to blame also for a huge environmental pressure, being responsible for almost 40% of all greenhouse gases emissions, besides other astonishing stats. So when the perspective that built-up areas in cities will double until 2060, which is the equivalent of building one New York City every month until then, emitting 100 gigatons of CO2 to the atmosphere, it's clear to see that we will not reach carbon neutrality in 2050 if we don't change the way we build today. And that's why we created Building. Our platform provides data-driven insights early in the design process, empowering our clients to make informed decisions, reduce costs, and avoid delays. With AI, Building can generate thousands of design alternatives while optimizing for cost, time, energy efficiency, and embodied carbon. From recent pilot projects, we've seen that Building can generate projects up to 15% cheaper, reducing 50% in embodied carbon emissions while being 100 times faster than traditional methods. Building is a B2B SaaS platform focused on real estate developers and construction companies. Our subscription model provides continuous value and scalability as clients optimize every new project. Our core team is composed by civil, structural, and software engineers with experience in AI. Additionally, we are supported by a diverse group of mentors, and together we are working to eliminate the concept of material and energy waste from the construction. Although we are young, having started in June of 2023, we have already been considered one of Europe's 8 most promising startups to combat climate crisis by Climate Kick. We're ending the year with 60,000 euros in revenue, and we expect to pump this number up to 750,000 euros by 2025. Imagine a world where every building is designed with both people and the planet in mind. Join us in creating spaces that are more efficient, sustainable, and accessible to everyone. Let's optimize your next project with Building. Use less, build more. Founders. Yes, okay. So I'm Leonardo. I've worked 2 years as a building designer. I'm structural engineer. Elias is a civil engineer. He's the CEO. He has a deep knowledge into construction and sustainability. And we're working together with Bruno, an AI specialist doing his doctorate in University of Coimbra. We are also supported by other doctors in the informatics and sustainability, LCA.
And how do you think about geographic expansion? Can you also, for instance, for Portugal, use this for existing buildings, or how do you think about your markets?
Yes, we're starting here in Portugal, but Building is not born to stay here. We are born to be global and scalable. Scaling to Europe is really easy because Europe as a whole uses the same system or the same rules for engineering. It's only a matter of getting the urban planning right. But we do not only want to be in Europe, we want to expand to America and Asia in future years to come.
Yeah, and maybe you can elaborate about the technology and your competitors, like in terms of, is it easy to replicate?
Perfect.
Integrate in other solutions that exist in now.
Okay, we have a state-of-the-art AI generative algorithm that creates the buildings, not only the architecture, but the engineering part of it. The problem is really big, so we have a lot of competition, but many other softwares in the construction industry focus on only architecture or only engineering, don't incorporate sustainability, don't incorporate AI. We want to aggregate it all in the same thing and from the get-go. Many people could work in the project or in the construction. We work in the pre-project stage.
So this is not some open model wrapper. You build something all.
Yes, it's our own.
And will you address decarbonizing the existing real estate or only going for new construction?
Oh, this is really nice. By now, we are only focusing on the new buildings, but fair enough. Soon enough, we'll try to incorporate refurbishments to the platform because it's one of the big things that we can do.
Just a quick one in terms of like pricing. So you mentioned it's a subscription model.
Yes.
So how does this work? Because again, if you work with the large construction company that builds multiple buildings, all the time, then I guess it's fine. But me as a private constructor, for example, I would use you once.
Yes, that's why we're targeting big companies. For starters, it's our beachhead market, but if we see that we can target more small companies, we could start charging by projects. But by now, and it's kind of working good, we're working with a subscription model for big companies.
What's kind of the price point?
The price point is around 10,000 euros per company per year.
Per year.
Yes, I mean, the thing is, when you do subscription to big companies, you can lure them into buying a whole year of the project and keep using it and seeing the value.
For example, in Portugal, we have maybe like 10 companies that
Yes,
build
yes.
on it, so we're talking 100K in revenue
Yes.
if you have 100% market penetration.
That's why we only starting in Portugal to expand to the rest of the Europe. France, Germany, the UK.
So you went for Blue Ocean and then...
Yes.
No, but this is more in terms of like what you're saying about the by project, you know.
And you should
Yeah.
also think about Saudi Arabia. They're building a lot.
Yes, I mean, in Brazil, in America, in Asia, I mean, the word is too big to be contained only in Europe. But thank you very much. Any other question? I think I don't have time.
No more time. Yeah, please. Lemsi help. Many. Come to the front.
Any help?
Okay.
It's good to try, even when something seems to make little sense. Put your weight on it. Make an impact in this world. Call everyone, set ambitious goals, and ask yourself, do you want to change surfing? Dare to test. Ride the future.
Yet 86% of nocturnal seizures go unnoticed, which creates significant anxiety for families. And hidden reality on top of this is that a majority of people with epilepsy face social stigma, which really restricts what kinds of solutions they can use. And these people are the reason we developed LAMC. With LAMC, patients, parents, and caregivers can get notified right away when a seizure happens, ensuring immediate medical attention can be provided and saving lives, all while remaining invisible. And that's part of the reason why LAMC can deliver for patients, parents, and caregivers where alternatives are scant. Alternatives still use visible and uncomfortable devices built into smartwatches or bracelets, which neglects the fact that most people with epilepsy want something that's comfortable and discreet, that doesn't subject them to stigma or remind them of their condition every day. They want something that just works, instead of having them worried about battery life or skin irritation or whether the device is working or not, and that's LAMC, the first truly invisible seizure detection device. It's off the person and privacy-preserving nature, discreet look, and integration into the user's household ensures it's far less intrusive than other alternatives. And in our testing, it's also shown to be significantly more accurate than other devices. LAMC's cutting-edge algorithm uses AI, real AI, not ChatGPT, and computer vision to detect over 99% of seizures. That's more than any other device on the market today, while also issuing 3 times fewer false alarms. False alarms are really important. They're one of the biggest reasons for the discontinuation of use of these devices. LAMC it does all of this while preserving privacy by design. As you can see in the flyer, it's not completely pointless. You can see how it only detects motion vectors. And LAMC devices will be sold in a B2C model directly to patients, parents, and caregivers in 3 different price tiers. That's 400, 600, 1,000 euros with a subscription on top. And as soon as possible, we'll get these costs covered by health insurance and then by healthcare systems to ensure that patients pay as little as possible out of pocket. The market is very substantial, 80 billion worldwide, 25 billion in Europe and the US. But if you think that's big, think about our untapped markets. Once we have a certified medical device, granted patents, and the credibility that comes with providing people with a life-saving device, a lot of doors open. One of these is the expansion to invisibly monitor other chronic and sleep conditions, such as sleep apnea, which affects 1 billion people worldwide. And our team is really capable, especially in AI and computer vision, machine learning. Hopefully Noor, who was at Unbabel in the project Halo, and I've been doing a PhD for the past 3-4 years, specifically on LAMC. And we've been laser focused on epilepsy, on understanding the market, understanding the stakeholders. We've spoken to doctors, parents, patients, epilepsy associations, researchers, you name it. And we also have excellent advisors with Joana Pinto from Clinks Health and Professor Hugo Silva from Plux and Cardio
myocardio ID, 2 founders with extensive entrepreneurial experience, and also Dr. Carla Bench, who is the most prominent figure in epilepsy in Portugal, effectively. We're seeking funding right now. We're seeking 300,000 euros in funding to get LAMC certified and onto the market in Europe by early 2026. So if you're moved by our mission, join us. Let's work together to ensure that people with epilepsy can return to normality and regain control over their condition. Thank you.
And what's next after epilepsy?
So we already have some developments, and we're working on it with a master student at the moment in detecting breathing rates using video. It's a very similar algorithm, actually, which is very interesting, and also in detecting heart rate. And this is useful for epilepsy, but also for other conditions like, for example, sleep apnea. And there are other chronic and sleep conditions that are very useful.
And in terms of regulatory approval, so you want to launch in 2026, where do you stand?
Yeah, so we're going to get we're going to get certified as a Class 1 medical device. People hear medical device and freak out. It's very simple, Class 1. You just have to effectively, it's auto-certified. So you can do clinical validation studies. Actually, we can also not even do that. We can do, although we are going to, because we have partnerships with, I didn't mention achievements, actually. It's tough when you don't have slides to remember everything, but I'll take the time to talk about this. We have partnerships with every single public hospital in Lisbon, in the Lisbon metropolitan area, that provides epilepsy monitoring. And so this is also important for our go-to-market strategy, but I can talk about that later. But this makes making clinical validation studies really easy. And so Class 1 certification is really straightforward. We just effectively do the studies. It's auto-certified. We could be in the market in about a year. So that's good. Also, other achievements, we have a patent, international patent pending, which has been granted in Portugal already. We've won some awards. We have research in top journals, the best journal in epilepsy, and we've also been able to win some awards, including on Friday at Santander University Portugal Awards. Yeah. And Francisco has already been a jury for me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Other questions? No? Okay. Thank you.
Over here. Hi. So I'm André. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Many. Many is an energy hub. And when you think of energy, you know it's a fungible commodity, meaning that the kilowatt hour that moves this tram is exactly the same as the one that lights my lamp in my bedroom. However, if you look at a building, people are paying very different prices for their kilowatt hour. And this is mainly due to legacy high prices, of course, but fear of change and an industry that is not benefiting and not giving transparency to the user. This is not a small problem. It's in Portugal alone, it's 2.9 billion euros that are overspent in energy every year. If you think of Europe, it's 60 billion plus, and in the world, it's around 400 billion. Many is the solution for this. You upload your invoice. In 2 seconds, you get the best prices in the market for your case specific. You can switch in 2 minutes with us for the best offer for you. And if you don't need, indeed you don't want to worry about energy anymore, you activate the auto switch functionality. We track the market every day and we switch the energy provider for you. We launched in September, and since we launched, we onboarded more than 100,000 invoices in Portugal alone, with 12,000 clients. We have a forecasted revenue in 4 months of 200K until the end of the year. And we want to help more people. So we want to dominate Portugal by next year and go to Spain by the year after. We are starting our fundraising round, the seed fundraising round, next week. And the idea is to tackle Portugal, Spain, and Italy in the future. Thank you so much, and let me know if you have questions.
That 200,000 is the value on invoices, or is your potential revenue?
It's revenue, yeah.
Pure cash to you?
Pure cash for us. Yeah, yeah. We charge, so we have, it's both B2C and B2B. So we have a free version where the providers pay us a percentage of the margin on the kilowatt hour. And we have a B2C version where if you want to track every day the market and switch every day, you pay as a subscription fee. Until now, it was mainly PR and word of mouth. Our idea is to have a referral program by next year with a, let's say, €1 discount in each invoice if you get us a customer.
Do you have interface with your providers, or are you just crawling the sites? First question. Second question, in Portugal at least, you can have better tariffs if you do the direct payment and also the invoice, but you have to formally sign. How do you manage? Do your clients do that on you, or basically do you have the authorization to change from them? And do you invoice the clients, or the companies invoice the clients?
Yeah, so first question, we have integrations with some providers, not all of them yet, but the idea is to have integrations with all, or even with the operator that actually does a switch of the energy market. Regarding the direct debit, we have, so when we do a switch with us, you basically sign a power of attorney that allows us to do your switch and allow us to authorize a direct debit for you. So you don't need to sign. We do it, but the contract is still in your name. What we want to do in the future is basically put a layer between the provider and the clients. So the invoice, imagine that you switch 5 times in a month. You don't get 5 invoices, you get our invoice. That's our idea.
You are the one that are invoicing the client, the B2C client.
Not yet, but in the future, that's what we want to do. But the invoices passes through us.
That's why you'll fix it.
Yes.
The bureaucratic side.
Exactly. Yeah.
And tell me more about your co-founders.
So we are 4 co-founders. We have 9 people already, 4 co-founders. It's me and João. We basically were the managing directors of Compara, which is a financial comparison platform in Portugal. And we have Francisco that used to work as head of product in Compara and global head of product in Cedars, now Republic. And José, which was a senior software engineer in Cedars too. Yeah.
And you mentioned the market in Portugal is 2.6 billion, which obviously is
billion.
Yeah, it's a big market. But I mean, to become a massive company, you would need to expand. So you will need to find a lot of new partnerships. Do you already have plans, connections? How would you do that?
Yeah, so basically to find more customers, it's basically through the referral program that we want to introduce. We believe it's really the right track. So kind of imitate Revolut in that side. So they did for the fintech, we want to do for energy. But definitely partnerships. So let's say credit intermediaries that sign deeds on new houses. We have some partnerships that for a new house, it's a client of many. And this year we will introduce a partnership with an renewable energy community. Basically a company that has 60 energy renewable communities around the country. And for their 1,000 clients, we basically, they will use many, and we, for each invoice that comes with a zip code around the energy community, we want to introduce an energy mix, a new energy mix in the market. So you'll consume from the energy provider, but you will have access to the community, and it will power, of course, renewable energy. Good. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, we are arriving back. Is there any question pending to any other startup you would like to do at this moment? Okay. Any startup want to say anything? No. So, okay, let's... We sent you by mail. I sent you by mail this information. So welcome to Elétrico Pitch. This is the second edition of this ride of this year. So you startups will have 4 minutes to present and to go through Q&A, which actually goes 5, but I say 4, okay? And when we get to Mosteiro dos Jerônimos, we will switch. You guys that are in the back come to the front and all this. So it's important to speak on the microphone for our guys that are watching on streaming. And I hope you all have an electrical pitch journey, all right? Let's go. And thank you. No, it's you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Deixa eu me apoiar aqui para não cair. Me avisa? Hello everyone, my name is José Cacelian. I'm CEO and founder of Ultra. First of all, sorry for my English. It's not very good, but I will try to speak with you all. Okay. Imagine if compliance training or cybersecurity training could feel like watching a Friends TV show or even Game of Thrones. This is Ultra. Ultra was a compliance training platform where the compliance team can manage and control all the obligated training in this company. We work with the biggest bank of Brazil, like Banco Safra, Santander, Bradesco, and other companies like that, and all the biggest industry companies too with work security, like, for example, accidents, harassment, ethical integrity, anti-corruption, AML, and something like that. Compliance is very important, but training in compliance is always boring and very hard to see. So this is why Ultra exists. We exist to train, to do the compliance training more easy, fun, and easy to understand for the employees, because nobody knows what is AML in the company until see Ultra or the compliance training slideshow. So, Ultra already raised more than 50,000 reais in Brazil in the last 2 years. We have a company opening here in Portugal, in Porto, with Incubo. This is an incubadora located in Porto. This is our incubator here in Portugal. We also have companies working with us in Latin America, like Clara. It's one of the most famous fintechs of Latin America, who works with us in the compliance training of the company. Also that, Compliance Flix, this is our platform from Ultra, already trained more than 50,000 users in Brazil and Chile and Peru too. So we already training more than 50,000 users per month. So it's a lot of users using our platform to train in compliance, ethics, cybersecurity, and something like that. With Compliance Flix, the compliance head of compliance and the compliance team doesn't have to work with the training because it takes a lot of time of them. And the compliance team also always be a small team, like, for example, 100 employees for one compliance team, one person in the compliance team. So we help them with time, already pre-made trainings, like series, like TV shows and something like that. And in Ultra, our competitive advantage is that we use specialized teachers like DPO from Safra Bank, DPO from Santander, DPO from Bradesco, and other big banks of Brazil to training another companies and to training another employees for another companies. So this is Ultra, this is what we've done. We have 7 members on our team. We based it on Florianópolis. This is the Silicon Island of Brazil. I don't know if anybody here knows Florianópolis, but it's a small island located in the south of Brazil, who have a lot of companies, have a lot of startups here in Portugal too right now. So I'm open for questions. It's a fast speech because my English is not helping. Thank you.
Sorry, I did not quite understand because compliance is very boring. So why do you, how do you manage to take the people to go along with learning compliance stuff?
This is the point. We do series like Hollywood series with Game of Thrones, Friends, The Office, and another series like that. Yes, videos really like Netflix. So with actors, actresses, and a lot of directors too in the set to make something cinematographic. I don't know if this is the right way to answer.
Right?
Yes, it's a B2B, it's a monthly payment, it's a SaaS, software as a service, so the chargement it's almost like 1,000 euros per month for a company with size of 200 employees.
And you mentioned you already have a lot of big clients like Santander. So where do you stand in terms of traction?
Sorry?
Where do you stand in terms of traction? How much revenue do you have?
Yes, in this year we will finish the year with 1 million reais of revenue.
1 million?
1 million reais. In euros, it's almost 180 euros. So this is our annual revenue, and monthly for now, it's 60,000 reais, but it's growing very, very fast.
Sorry, and do you make the production yourself? So like on the the movies. Let's go with movies. Do you make that yourself as well, or do you outsource that?
We
production
outsource.
Company, or how does it actually work?
Perfect. We outsource 90% of our production. The rotaries, the writers of the company, it's inside, but all the actors, and everything else, it's outsourced.
2 questions. When will you generate AI beautiful movies? And second, so you don't have to pay for those actors. And secondly, tell me, I always ask the same question, about your other co-founders.
Okay. Starting with the second question, our other co-founders, we have 3 founders. That is the CTO, me, the CEO, and the CEO, Gustavo. The CTO, it's Matias. He has more than 20 years working in tech companies like Softplan and Mercado Livre too in Brazil. And now 100% for time for Ultra. And then we have the COO that is graduated in law, and I have a lot of trainings too in compliance and everything else. And me, as CEO, graduated in law too.
There was a question, the first part of the question.
The first part, the AI. We don't use AI because we use the writers, it's specialized teachers that work with other companies like that, I said. And the AI doesn't have a good look yet for videos, but yes, we are looking for that in the future for sure.
Oh, yeah. What is your strategy in terms of in terms of increasing your LTV? Because like you have very limited amount of topics you cover. And
Sorry?
LTV.
Okay, can I answer this one?
We really need to...
Just this one, it's very important.
Okay.
So just this one. The platform already can see all these updates of our compliance laws around the world. So when the platform see one of change in these regulations around the world, we change our training and generated just some part of this training, some part of this movie again, and send it to the company. So we always are updating our trainings monthly.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You can...
Yeah, ready?
Yes, your time.
Hello, everybody. Are you going to set the timer? So I have a loud voice, so I apologize in advance, but I think we're on a very loud tram, so that makes sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Oscar Keane, and I'm the founder of PH7. We've built the first legal 1-hour cannabis fulfillment platform in the European Union. So what it means is, using our platform, you can get legal medical cannabis delivered to your house in under 1 hour. And I'd like to tell you a little bit of a story where I believe why this is so important, what we're doing. The what, brother? Yeah, we're better than the illicit market. So call me after this if you don't want to invest, but you want help. But let me tell you a story. So look, in 1655, the first coffee house opened in London. Within 5 years, Descartes' I Think Therefore I Am, and Sir Isaac Newton's Meditations on Gravity were released. Modern sociologists contribute the introduction of caffeine drinks to the Western world as a direct result for the Age of Enlightenment, the age of industrial innovation, political innovations which have completely changed the world. In 1960, the counterculture revolution changed the Western world irrevocably. From amazing music to the innovations that led to the internet, which we all use today, are a direct result, an open secret of psychoactive compounds from LSD to psilocybin to cannabis. And let's all be serious. This is an absolute true fact. But due to the war on drugs, we have failed in correctly and intelligently introducing cannabis to our societies intelligently. Not yet. But thank you for asking, sir. I also enjoy heckling. How much time have you got on the clock, darling? Oh, we've got plenty of time. Okay, so let me explain to you. We started last year on an impossible project. How do we make medical cannabis legal? In 90% of the countries in the European Union, you can get access to medical cannabis, but no doctors are prescribing it, and it's illegal for a pharmaceutical company to advertise to the public. We have fixed that solution. We have over 1,200 patients currently using my application. We have 16 doctors and 20 pharmacies currently working across the whole of Portugal, and we're about to launch in the UK. The UK has 50,000 current medical cannabis patients, growing by 10% every month. And after speaking to the head medical advisor to the British Medical Association, he believes they have over 1.2 million patients. Our cost per acquisition is €2.80, and we have a 7x. What? How what? €2.80 per acquisition, with a ROAS of 7x. We're the only cannabis company in the European Union that Google has given approval to advertise for. And the reason for that is because, like Uber, we don't own a single taxi. Like Airbnb, we don't own a single hotel room. We don't employ a single doctor or own a single pharmacy. Our entire platform is the digital apparatus to kind of supercharge the distribution chain of medical cannabis. When you use our application, how much time? Yeah, when you use our application, you get a medical cannabis card. You can show it to the police. You're legally allowed to smoke cannabis. All of our products are pharmaceutical grade, vetted, and we take 30% from everywhere on the supply chain. I think you are all here to want to change the world. That's why we want to invest. Cannabis might seem controversial, but it's inevitable. If you want to be part of something that's going to really change the world, then I have the motherfucking project that will change your entire life. I've spent my whole life to this. I'm committed to this. No. Listen, no. Focus, people. Listen. Don't get high on your own supply. It's rule number one. But look, listen. So listen. To close, because I'm losing time. We've raised 650. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let's take time. Let's take a smoke break. We have raised 650,000 euros to date. I'm currently raising 500,000 euros at a 5 million valuation for a bridge fund, and I've already got the VC teams to raise 5 million in Q3 next year for our British expansion. This is about to take off. This is about to explode. I don't have any competitors in the European Union that have anything like what we built. I now would like to take your questions, and I'm very thankful for your time. Thank you.
As a half Jamaican, I think you're qualified for the job. But what about your other co-founders?
So my other co-founders, the guy who legalized medical cannabis in Portugal, Stephen George, he's our lead advisor. In the United Kingdom, our COO is a guy called Adi Barmi, who's overseen 80 million euros worth of investments. He was one of the founders for the third largest 1 hour delivery company, Glovo, for the UK. He left that venture, but now he's our COO. And my CMO is a guy called Alex Burr. He's with blockchain advertising. He took a company from 2,000 monthly active users to over 1 million in a year in a highly restricted space. And he has applied the exact same strategy to our company and got all of the legal accreditations to allow us to carry on what we're doing. So, yeah, we've got a rock and roll team. And I'm looking for a few more astronauts. Please.
You're focusing on medical cannabis. I mean, I'd say part of the trend in Europe is actually to go full on the recreational one. I mean, Germany just legalized it. I mean, for many years, Germany has been projected to be the largest market in the entire world, like apart from the US as a whole, but bigger than California, bigger than any single state, etc. So how do you think this might disrupt kind of the medical cannabis market?
Okay, so what Netflix was for mail order DVDs, we are for medical cannabis. Medical cannabis is a stepping stone for us to transition into full recreational. However, the laws in Germany are so confused at the moment that the actual price per gram when we deliver it to a consumer at the moment is cheaper than the illicit market. So we're actually beating the cost of the illicit market, and we are beating the delivery time, safety, legal, everything. The German market is chaos at the moment, but just to tell you something that's really important about our business model, all of the cannabis companies that give us the products, that put it in our warehouses across the European Union, it's all on consignment. So we don't pay for it. They put the stock in it, and they give us an upfront, refundable, milestone-based retainer. So we've got 12 companies signing up at the moment. They all give us 20,000 euros each a month to market their products. And if we don't reach our milestones, we just refund them. So Amazon has like a love child with Uber that gets married in an affair with Uber Eats. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah?
I hope you enjoyed.
Merci beaucoup. I really did. I'm a bit sweaty though, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Well, now it's time to change. Let's go.
Se não procuras nada de novo e revolucionário, então este anúncio não é para ti. Não é só de sol, água e vento que se faz o teu mundo. Apenas a terra. Junta-lhe a imagem, o som e a palavra e sonha mais alto. É importante estares coberto e chegares a todo lado. E este é o teu momento, a tua vez. Se gostas de mais do mesmo, este anúncio não é para ti. Brilha numa nova corrente, numa nova velocidade para te completares ainda mais e ligar tudo o que está por ligar. Tu sim, é para ti. É para mim. Se o comando é teu, este anúncio é para ti.
É de sinergia que o teu mundo precisa. Junta-te à primeira oferta mundial sustentável de telecomunicações mais energia verde. Poupas tu e poupas o planeta.
It's good to try, even when something seems to make little sense. Put your weight on it. Make an impact in this world. Call everyone, set ambitious goals, and ask yourself, do you want to change surfing? Dare to test. Ride the future.
It's quite weird because I'm not used to speaking loud and also having a microphone in my hand. Usually those two are kind of separate.
It's a keyboard, yeah?
Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do that one. So hey, my name is Peter, and I'm from Vocare. And we do physical therapy software. Also very interesting, just as that gentleman mentioned. We do physical therapy software, in particular record keeping for physical therapy. So quite a vertical. As a start, I'm nowhere in the last one, so let me give you some quick numbers, just to spike your interest. We started almost a year ago in Denmark, and since then we have now a 5% market share in Denmark. We have medical records and medical history of about 1% of the population of Denmark. So 1% of everyone in Denmark, we know their medical data. But yeah, let's jump right into it. So, as far as product goes, problem. A physical therapist right now has maybe one patient every 30 seconds. About 20 every 30 minutes. Apologies, the nerves. Every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes. 20 minutes of which is usually spent with the patient just, giving proper medical guidance and discussing the illness, whatever. And then the last 10 minutes is usually done with record keeping. And the physical therapist has to do all these different records, such as, let me help you, such as a patient history, a patient record, epicrisis, maybe a referral note for another doctor. So here's where we come in, and obviously this is a huge time waster because 1/3 of the consultation is spent on admin work. No one really likes admin work, and if you become a medical professional, it's usually because you want to treat patients, not really because you want to keep your books in order. So with Vocare, what we do is that you can start whenever the patient enters the room. You start Vocare, we listen to the conversation that you have with your patient, and with AI, we generate all the different documentation that you might need. So when the patient leaves the room, you have all the records and all the admin work done. So all you have to do is like click save or click next or something similar. This is quite huge because this means that instead, you can either A, extend the patient consultation so it's longer, so you can focus more on your patient, provide a higher quality service, or you can do B, which is add in a patient every 20 minutes, meaning that you have one extra patient for every hour. Some of our clients are already doing this, and they are decreasing the time spent per patient from 30 minutes to 25 or to even 20.
Now, as far as market goes, I know what you're thinking, right? It's like small market physical therapy, right? Not really. Physical therapy in Europe is a $100 billion industry. It's huge. And we already have conquered about 5% of the Danish market. We are in 5% of all Danish physical therapy clinics. With that and with our excellent team, with a proper growth strategy, I really do believe that we can get a sizable market share in Europe. And we are really on track to becoming the next unicorn. And our team is me, Peter, and my co-founder, Oscar. Oscar is a seasoned veteran. He's been at Kearney, he's been at Rocket Internet, Lightbank, if you know it, as well as he joined a startup some years ago called Groupon, if you have heard of it. So with him, they went for the fastest growing company on earth, I believe. As for myself, I have 7 years of experience developing and scaling applications to millions of users from the likes of IBM. I've been at Trustpilot as well, so quite some. Any questions if you have? Lots of them. Yeah.
What is your network in the industry? Because it's like very important in this industry.
Come again?
Your network in the industry.
Network.
Yeah, and access to the market.
As of right now, how we started out is that we went to a lot of events in Denmark. So in Denmark, we know everyone. In the Danish market, broader. World. So we are operating right now in 5 different countries, primarily concentrated in Denmark. We do Denmark, Norway, Sweden, UK, and we have some clinics in Dubai.
So scale to different countries. So you go to events in these different countries to build those kind of copying what you did in Denmark.
In my experience, I don't think it's that important, the network. How we scaled to 5% of all clinics is that we just started Facebook ads. And suddenly all of these inbound interest came in. We actually have now 0 ads running, and we have a lot of inbound traffic.
But you sell it to doctors or to clinics?
We sell it to clinics, to whole clinics.
With ads?
Yeah.
And what about the international legislation? So, like, how is it that you're now doing in Denmark? How are you going to take this across the world?
Okay. The mic. Okay. So the legalities is that we work in 5 different countries right now across different jurisdictions, both in the UK and in Europe and in Dubai. And in our experience, the jurisdiction is quite similar. We almost never have to change anything.
And you already gave us some very interesting numbers in the beginning.
Yeah.
So tell us more about the current traction, the business model. How do you make money?
So we are a very simple B2B SaaS. We charge 35 euros per seat at the clinic, which is, I think, giving it away for practically free. Our focus is on scaling mostly. So far, since we launched, which was a bit less than a year ago now, a bit over a year ago, sorry, we made about 50,000 euros in revenue, total revenue.
In recurrent revenue?
In total revenue so far. We launched almost a year ago, so that's maybe an ARR estimate.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
More questions?
So I missed it. So you're raising what?
We start our fundraising next year.
You already bootstrapped the product.
Yeah, we already have the product done. What we are fundraising for is for expansion and aggressive marketing, really, and to really get it into every single clinic in Europe.
Right, but breaking point is away.
What?
Break-even point is away.
We already reached it. We currently are cash flow neutral for the last 2 months.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go, bro.
Actually, sorry. It's not bootstrapped. We did get a pre-seed investment of $150,000 from Antler Capital. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, what happens now? Now our guests, our judges, they will have some rest. The startups are gonna keep a little bit, in an anxiety, because now we are going start understanding who is the winner. So at this moment, everyone is out of the tram. Our team will be working on the votes. and we will soon announce the winner. So everyone, relax now, enjoy, and it's really, really nice to have the second edition of Elétrico Pitch. We are really happy. That's good. Yeah, no, we didn't finish yet. No, you will arrive there. And for the guys who are on streaming, please wait a little bit, that we will soon announce the winner. It's not over, yeah.
On the live stream, how's it rocking, y'all?